Hey everyone, Dylan here, and in today's video I'm going to be doing a top 5 list of my top 5 favorite Zelda games. And last week I posted a video about all the Zelda games that I have played, and in this video I actually forgot about one, and it's going to be on this list. I forgot a Zelda game that I've actually played, and I actually like it a lot. I'm surprised I forgot about it. It just slipped my mind, but anyways, we'll get started with the list. Note, I have not beaten any of these except for one. So if that tells you anything. So, I may have not gotten the full experiences of things, but I got the gist of the game, and that's why I feel like I can make a somewhat solid judgment. But just take this with a bit of I have not seen the whole games entirely, alright? This is just for fun here, Anyways, my number 5 is Legend of Zelda Wind Waker. That is right. Wind Waker is my number 5, and this is going to be weird for this one. I actually don't like the art style that much, truth be told. But out of all the ones I've actually played enough of to make a fair enough judgment on, I think this is why this is here. It's not that here's the thing, right? I appreciate this game. It's a different art style. Like, each Zelda game's different from the next, but it's a whole different kind of art style. It just is this world of water, it's just kind of it's very different. And so I can greatly appreciate the difference, how it's different, and the innovation that they made with this. And even though I don't like it, because there's a difference, right? There's a difference between not liking something and hating something, and I kind of wish people would, not for me personally, but just in the world in general, could understand the difference between, oh, you just don't like something, or you actually hate something. You can not like something, but still appreciate it for what it is, and that's what I do, how I feel for this game, because I don't really care for the art style, and I don't really care for the sailing around kind of aspect. It just seems like that would get boring to me, and I know a lot of people love it, and that's fine. I'm happy that you love it, and but it's just not for me. It just wasn't for me and for my taste. It just didn't mesh well with me, So it's just a personal experience. But I still think it was a nice change and something that I can really appreciate, and I think it deserved to be on this number 5. It's in my circumstances, but yeah, that's kind of why it's so kind of low here. But next on my list is number 4. And that is A Legend of Zelda, A Link to the Past, which I think this is a very classic game. I, of course, didn't beat this one either, but it just has a little bit of nostalgia, You fall down that hole or whatever, and then, what is it, your uncle or whatever, he's sitting there dying, basically, and he hands you, the sword. I think he hands you the sword and shield. I can't completely remember, but it's kind of just nostalgic seeing that. You gotta go through the underpassage, you get to the throne room or whatever, you have to push the thing beside, you know what I mean. I can't remember exactly how everything goes, but it's still a nostalgic thing. And just for what it was at its time, just this great adventure on the Super Nintendo. It was just really great, had awesome iconic music, and I think it's just so great. It's just a fun adventure, and it's not perfect, mind you, but I think it just deserves to be here on my number 4 list. And now my number 3 is the game I forgot. And it is The Legend of Zelda 4 Swords Adventure. So I played this on the GameCube. I didn't have friends to play it with, but I did play it on my own, and I thought it was so cool. It was so different from all the other games, and how you had these 3 other links of different colors, and you had to use them to solve different puzzles, and the world was really cool. And I didn't beat this one either, but I did play a decent amount of it. But it was just so fun, and I just loved it. It was just different, and the mechanics were different, and I can't believe I forgot about it, but it was just really cool. And I really loved The Legend of Zelda, 4 Swords Adventure. But, I also, on the 3DS, at some point, they, had this little mini, 4 Swords game that they had. It was just it was very short. I don't remember exactly what it was. I don't know. It was a thing. I don't remember. Maybe I'm rambling. But there was something on the 3DS about 4 Swords. But yeah, but it was a great game. I remember just going through it and having a blast with it for what it was, and I can't believe I forgot about it. But that is that. It is my number 3, and I think if you have a GameCube, and even if you don't play it with 4 people, I think you can still enjoy it and should, like, maybe give it a shot. But yeah, my number 2 top 5 Legend of Zelda game is Ocarina of Time. If you watched my other video, you've known Ocarina of Time is the only one I've had. The 3D version specifically is the only Zelda game I've ever beaten. I beat it twice, and on my second run, I got all heart pieces, and I got double defense and all that. And so it means a little more to me, I guess. And I loved it for what it is. And it can be a little bit simple at times, but it was so great. I loved it. The music in it is amazing. The story is, the story is basic, right? But it works for a Nintendo 64 game. It works, and it's really fun, and it's really great. And getting to play it on the 3DS was really great, not having to deal with the iron boots annoyance and different things, and things being brighter in the water temple. Oh, the water temple. But anyways, all in all, I just love Ocarina of Time. And you might have thought, well, since I've beaten it, why would it not be on my first list? But I think I actually like another game a little bit more that I have not beat, and I think my favorite out of all of them is my number 1, The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask. A couple of reasons is because I love the music in Majora's Mask. It takes all the great tracks and soundtracks and music from Ocarina of Time and puts it into Majora's Mask, and then comes up with even more great music in Majora's Mask itself. So I love the music. I love the feel of Majora's Mask. It's just this dark, it's just this dark feel to it. It's just great seeing the world. I didn't get that far in it, honestly, unfortunately, and because I had a lot of because I just didn't like the saving aspect of it, and I eventually thought about playing the 3DS version, but I just never did. But I didn't really care for the saving aspect, and I didn't really get that far, and it just didn't work with me, I guess. But even though it didn't, I can definitely say I loved the game. It really just has so much charm to it. And so that's why, even though I've never beaten it and I beat Ocarina of Time, I just think it's kind of better than Ocarina of Time in style and just how it feels. And so, and just all these weird things about it. So I don't know, I just really enjoyed it. Music was a big factor. And it's, I don't know, that's why I think, my top favorite Zelda game is Majora's Mask, with the Ocarina of Time as a very close second. But yeah, anyways, this has just been my short list just to talk about it. Of course, like I said, I've only beaten one of them, and I've played enough to, I think, make a decent judgment on the rest of them. So, keep that in mind. What is your top 5, or what is your top favorite Zelda game? Be interesting to hear your thoughts and opinions. And yeah, that's been it for me and my top 5 favorite Legend of Zelda games. Thank you guys for watching, and thank you guys for listening. I will see you in the next video.